Welcome back to the channel. This is Football Temple brought to you by Azar Studios. Yes, the FIFA Club World Cup. I'm sure you're enjoying it. Or are you a Jurgen Klopp who doesn't want to see the Club World Cup continue? Or one of those who think the Club World Cup is becoming a distraction to players who earn 20,000 naira a day like Cristiano Ronaldo? You sign 400 million and you don't want to play. You must play every day and twice on Sunday. The words of Nonson Kani Sam and the Bishop joins me as we look at the FIFA Club World Cup. Four teams have progressed already to the quarterfinals of the competition. One Brazilian in the name Palmeiras. Of course, after defeating their fellow Brazilians, Botafogo to reach this stage. And of course, Paris Saint-Germain showing why they are European champions, making Messi suffer for the very first time since he faced his former team. It was 1, 2, 3, 4 with João Neves getting a brace. Chelsea also needing extra time to take out Benfica in a game that has left many talking why a football match should be paused for 2 hours. The game started on a Saturday and finished on a Sunday. And of course, lastly, it was Bayern Munich, the clash of two managers, Vincent Kompany and of course Felipe Luis, young managers with identical numbers in terms of record, clashing. And at the end of the day, it was Uncanny Sam, the man he never really fancied at the start of the season, Bayern's and of course Vincent Kompany's Bayern Munich, who were able to of course beat a very, very decent and stubborn Flamingo side to reach the quarterfinals. Guys, in all of this, and also adding the conversation of Jurgen Klopp's comments on the Club World Cup, saying a player like Van Dijk has not had enough time to rest. But before we even go to the fixed games play, let's talk about the Club World Cup and everything around it. First and foremost, this competition is every 4 years. It is no longer every year. So let's get it right. It's no longer the way it used to be every year. It's every 4 years. I don't think if we didn't have it, we would have been sulking in the summer. Yeah, always. The summer would have been boring for us as football fans.
Forget about being boring. I'm even looking at football fans here, right? I'm looking at, right,
the economic value.
Developing football holistically.
Yes.
Holistically.
Across the world. Imagine a team like Auckland City
aside
going home
City,
with
right?
something tangible for Christmas.
Early
Christmas.
Yeah.
Early Christmas.
Now, here is it, right?
Semi-professional.
Before now, FIFA were only concentrating on national team football.
Yeah.
That was the area of concentration.
But
fine,
now,
they were doing club football, but it was like one of those things that
let's for these
and they don't take it
different
serious.
confrontations. But
Fine.
now, FIFA
That's one
say,
aspect. So
let's develop club football.
that's it, one aspect. Then second aspect right now is this. They suddenly say, you know what, we need to make it look better. And the idea of club football, initially I was not buying it, but I've bought it completely right now because what I've seen so far, I'm I am so happy about it.
He has shown the world that there's football beyond Europe.
There's football beyond Europe. And aside from football beyond, which I'm coming to that, right? It now tells club that look, there's extra money to win if you win your confederation. If you're doing very well in your confederation cup. Now it's telling Aimba that look, Aimba, if you can dominate African football, there's extra money. You go and compete with the likes of Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, every
Manchester City, Chelsea,
so
Liverpool.
It has opened football up. It has opened now. It will make, believe me, those guys that previously were not taking football to be serious, those countries that football is just one of those things, will definitely get serious because they know there's an extra hard-earned currency. Hard currency to be earned at
when you convert it to Naira, your calculator cannot press
Naira,
it.
do you understand?
No, I'm just giving when you bring it down to Nigerian terms.
Across everywhere, almost all the teams that participate, right? This is a huge
amount. Yeah, of course. A huge
booster. So let me just finish. For me, that's the number one thing for me. You open up football, you make it all inclusive. Clubs right now, those guys that might not be able to play in the World Cup proper are playing in Club World Cup.
Yes.
And the world is seeing them.
Everybody's watching them. Clubs that, believe me, until the Club World Cup, right? Botafogo was just a name.
Yeah.
It was just a name. But I saw a team that knows how to play football. I saw a team that probably shocked the world. And a team that, like I said, off the air, what they earned winning their league winning Copa Libertadores and the league was just 55 million pounds in all. But as at when they finished the group stage, they were already having almost 24 million pounds already.
It was 5 million pounds rather when they won their whatever.
Everything. Their turnover last year, 2024, because they've not reached that 2025. Their turnover for 2023, 2024, their turnover as a club was just 55 million pounds. Dollars. Then after the group stage of the Club World Cup, they were already having almost 26 million pounds,
Yes, of
dollars
course.
in their kitty,
Winning
which is more than
for
half
a
of
win
what they earned in 1 year.
1 year.
So just imagine the
And you're earning it in 4 games.
You're in just 4 games.
games.
Just imagine the improvement. And making it to the next round automatically took them to 30-something million pounds. Dollars.
Ah, wow.
So it has opened up football. It's just even without playing in Europe, in mainstream
You can
Europe,
still make
you
good
can
money.
still get good money because if this club are well taken care of,
They will take
what
care
I'm
of players.
talking
It will
about,
trickle down to
you-
players.
And if a club is not professional enough, they cannot even make it there. So
Exactly.
for you to get there, you have to professional. And being part of one of the things that make a professional club proper is remuneration,
Welfare.
taking care of your
Welfare.
players.
Now, now, okay, you want to say
I
something?
want to say something. I think I'm a big fan of incentives.
Yeah.
I can work all day if the pay is right naturally. And then, it's simple, and that's why I love the Club World Cup. You see, as much as you say it's extra workload, but come on, it's extra workload with a fatty wallet, and I'll take that all day.
Simple.
Clubs from Africa. We talk about it at the start when we were having this competition at the beginning of the competition. We look at how much everything would aim. If that money had come into the coffers of some Nigerian club, please, precisely private sector, because we saw what happened with the African Super League and where the money disappeared to. I can't find it.
Is it allegedly or you are sure it disappeared?
Can you find
You don't trust our legend in Kanu Wanko?
I didn't say anything. I didn't call it name. So the truth remains that this thing, see, it's workload with extra money.
See.
These guys make the best players in the world make big bucks. We talked about Ronaldo's contract and what we were in for his just sitting back in Saudi Arabia. This man who said
They are paying for Britain.
for those smiling at the fans, he's being paid to do so. So if he's going to be paid an extra 7 games, boys, come on.
Every 7 games, you go home with 120
I'm
something
going with
million
this amount of money. Is this what they are complaining about?
And Man City have not let one
what-
kobo out of that
what-
money.
I tell you, what's the
Man City have not let one
Why-
kobo.
One kobo has not left Man
Why
City
is your
cover.
club? Okay, because it's not a big affair. But when the club was the coach of Liverpool, he took the small boys to play the Carabao Cup and took this big team to go and play the Club World Cup.
why did he
When
not
they-
reverse?
Why did he reverse? Play small boy the club. And let's be realistic, man.
Now while you're talking, something just hit my head.
Please, something should hit you.
Winning the CAF Champions League, right, gives about £7 million. They're qualifying.
9.5 million.
9.5. That's winning the CAF Champions League, playing
Now you
good
play
number
like
of games.
plenty of
Now,
from playoffs.
Wait, playing for
Playoffs.
first round.
First round, second
No,
round.
because first round, second round.
Third round.
No, first round, second round, then group stage.
No, third round. If you are unlucky, we are not in the top seed.
Then
You
group
play
stage,
through the group
exactly.
stage.
Qualifying round,
Yes,
first round, second round, group
group
stage,
stage.
quarter final, okay, semi-final, final.
and you
And
travel
you
here
play
and
2
there.
games, so
2 games. You
Semi-final
travel here
is
and
two,
there.
home and away, home
And
and
at the
away.
end of the now, not just that. Winning the CAF Confederation. Winning the CAF. What do you call it? Winning the AFCON too is £7 million. $7 million.
That's
They participate.
That
You
is the
understand?
best players in Nigeria. Victor Osimhen. And the man look bad. They will play.
You understand?
To collect 7. These boys from
So
Mamelodi
they
Sundowns.
participating,
Just
participating,
collected
you
9
qualify
million.
to participate. So think of what that money would do.
It's huge,
Think of
man.
the development it's going to bring.
Development brings to the
Who else will
team.
sit down and say, "Look, this is whoever loves
If
football,
the money was not right, I would have complained.
the money
But
is
the money
right."
is
for
right.
God's
But
sake.
according
Money
to
is
FIFA, they didn't even touch their coffers. People like you. I will sponsor.
Not me.
People like
Not
Abdul.
me.
Said I will sponsor.
So nobody
And
should. So
nobody
the truth
come
is,
on,
this,
man.
except
Come
you
on,
don't want the good of this game,
Yeah.
and except you don't
Okay.
want
The growth of the
I
game.
mean, who would have
I played
thought
for
that
teams like Oshenia. I'm going to call them out. Semi-professional team who so they have a baba.
going back home, it
A
was 4 point
le-
something,
a
I think 4
learning
point
baba.
something,
Yeah.
because
Go
they had a
with
draw.
Yes.
So they went back home close
had
to
a
£5
draw.
million.
Yes.
Close to 5 million.
For embarrassing themselves and
they tried.
they tried. They got a draw.
Of course,
They got a
a
draw.
What I
There were
say?
teams who did not get anything.
Yes, even African team, they don't win any match.
No African team did not get a point. At least all
no,
African
did
team
we?
got a point.
And
Why that? Why
We
that
had lost all their games.
Exactly. Why that lost?
So what
all
are you
their
saying?
And they still went back home with how much?
It's
9.5.
huge.
9.5.
That's
9.5
huge.
million.
So at the end of the day, like, come on, let's give.
Which
let's
is
give-
more than what
let's
you're
give-
going to
see,
win in
let's give
playing the
Infantino-
CAF Champions
Let's
League.
give Infantino his flowers.
Simple.
You know, this is his brainchild.
Okay, but now
And
let's
it's
now
not
look
a
at the negative aspect of
Yeah.
the Club World Cup.
We need to look at
one
that.
adverse weather.
Adverse
Come on,
weather, yeah.
it is crazy that footballers, the first team is on the field of play, the reserve bench is inside the dressing room.
Watching
Come
the
on.
game on TV.
Not all the games. Not all the
What?
games.
What? No, I'm just giving an
No,
instance.
it's not all, most teams,
yeah,
Bayern Munich
it
did
happened
it. Bayern
in
Munich let their
Bayern.
players-
It happened in
didn't
the
let their players
Borussia
celebrate,
Dortmund
yes.
game. It happened in the Bayern game. It happened
Yeah.
in the Borussia Dortmund
Yeah.
game. And then to cap it all off,
Well,
to make it worse,
for that
was what
one-
happened in Chelsea versus Benfica.
Yeah.
For me, with 5 minutes to go,
Yeah, they would
You
have
should have
played.
managed
come
the
on.
game. You'd have managed
If
the
you
game.
abandon the game, abandon that 1-0
Yeah.
and move on. You don't let players go into a dressing room because, of course, sit for 2 hours
Then come back.
and then come back to play what exactly?
In the word of Mauricio Moresca.
To play what
In the word of
exactly?
Moresca, he said,
How do you
that's-
keep the
that's
players?
not football.
See, he said, how do you keep the players not
1
talking to
hour.
their family? Because, of course, the family is wondering why a game has not ended.
Yeah.
Why is the player in the dressing room for 2 hours? How do you keep them not to eat what they want to eat?
Because they have to be
Maresca
fit.
said they started eating because they were tired. They were eating and you couldn't tell them stop eating because you still have a game to play.
Yes.
How do you also keep them concentrating on the game because some of them were already chatting.
That's one of the negatives.
Can't stop
B,
them.
right, but here is it.
But
right.
so
That's one of
now,
the
what do
negative,
FIFA
right?
need to do?
Here is it. Here is
What
it.
do FIFA need to do to correct this negative?
Now, here is it. Is the country that is hosting it. That's
Simple.
just unfortunate.
That's the
thing. I think the only wrong thing about the only thing that probably is a bit off for me about aside from tempering with some basic traditional footballing terms.
Turn it to wrestling.
Which is-
No, if you look like a
Aside from tempering with those ones, right?
Like
the
a
only thing
party
is,
jam.
I think the choice of the host country.
nation.
Yes.
Number one,
Not
the
a
footballing
football
country.
nation.
Then number two, the weather is crazy at this period. So I know they want to taste round how the World Cup is going to look
Exactly.
like.
Probably maybe
And-
there should be a
but-
shift in the World
believe
Cup.
me,
What a shift. They're
going
not-
forward,
it's just
it's not going to be in this thing again.
Locations,
This
yeah.
is just because of the
Test
location.
run, yeah.
Because probably next time it's going to be in Europe. Maybe 2 or 3 European countries.
I think
to host it.
Brazil, Morocco, Spain, and one other country are bidding to host the
I believe
2029.
fine. So, what if it is Morocco around this
You should
time?
come to Ghana, please.
If it is Morocco
Ghana and
around
Nigeria.
this time, I think they'll have the same issue.
Well,
Like
but
some of the-
Morocco
If
is
it's
hot
Morocco
by
around
this
this time.
time.
Yeah,
Morocco is hot
They'll have-
by this
I
time.
think that's explain why the Nations Cup will be played in December.
Yeah.
So for that one, it's beyond FIFA control. But is they have their only control here is the choice. They would have said, you know what, because of the weather, we're not going to play this. And
Or you pick certain locations in America that have not been affected so far.
What if they don't have the facility that
tell them, yeah.
simple that you can't use? Because come on, this is football at the highest level.
Okay. Now
This is football at the highest level, so you must use the best facility.
let's go to the field of play, guys. In the other Brazilian affair, it was Palmeiras who won by goal to nil. Of course, congratulations to them.
Yeah.
But let's go to Manchester. I beg your pardon, Paris Saint-Germain up against Inter Miami of Lionel Messi. It was a massacre.
It was a walk in the
I
park.
think
it was so easy.
It was the easiest game I'd watched.
I think
It was like honestly
no
speaking,
easier than Auckland versus
no, I thought
Bayern.
I'm going somewhere. Auckland gave us a bit of going forward.
Yes,
in the first half against
Inter
Bayern.
had no.
They were going
Inter
forward.
had no shot on target.
Inter did not have a shot on target in
And
the first half.
Say Inter Miami so that
Inter
people
Miami.
understand. Or say Miami.
PSG did not even know which of the Inter. They thought it was Inter Milan. That's why they were playing that way. They didn't want to stop.
I think
They
Bracola thought it was Inter Milan until halftime when Enrique told them, "Come on, guys, it's not Inter Milan.
It's Inter Miami.
It's Inter Miami. Slow down."
Exactly.
It was
They
terrible.
make
It was-
Messi
it
very
was
Messi.
terrible. It was terrible.
Messi was Messi. He couldn't even. Messi was like he was looking into the skies, asking God,
And this was
how
this
did I get
This
here?
was a PSG side that Dembele did not
This is
start.
exactly. This is the worst Messi. This is the worst defeat Messi had received since he left Barcelona.
It was crazy.
It was mesmerizing,
The-
horrendous, ludicrous. Lack of, I'm serious. I can't explain it.
Funny enough, for me,
At
I'm not looking
halftime,
at the
funny.
game completely. Funny, that was not even the game that catch my eyes. You know what?
No,
has actually been.
yeah. I want us to look at the Lionel Messi's
It's what happened.
the performance.
couldn't
Me, I
help
knew it
them.
was going to be like that. Sincerely, it's a game that after watching the first half, I switched.
It was over.
Fact, I didn't want to come out.
Over.
I
didn't
think
want to
we are the same. I didn't watch the second half.
I didn't want to come out
Until
again.
the
I was
87th
surprised.
minute.
I was surprised that he ended up
Yeah,
funny.
they didn't add more goals.
They-
You understand?
they-
I didn't want to
they
come
remove their
out.
foot off the
It was
pedal.
so easy. Like I said, it was a straw in the park.
6
There was no fight. There was no push. There was
60th
nothing.
16 for the 60. 5 for the 60th minute. Go down.
It was so easy.
So easy.
And that apart, the goalkeeper made some incredible saves. I'm talking about Inter Miami goalkeeper.
Fantastic.
He made some incredible saves.
It'll have been
If not,
8.
defense side
It'll
alone,
have
yeah.
been 8
Yeah.
by halftime. It should
I
have
think
been 8 by halftime.
Ustari
So,
was
it'll have been 8 by
solid.
So,
halftime.
funny enough, from the get-go, right, it was never a game that I was looking forward to. I was looking forward to the Bayern Flamingo game.
I was-
No,
if I-
No,
if
but
I-
it's not even the Bayern Flamingo game. Me, right
If I
now,
write, okay, go ahead.
what's in my head right now? The South American team started like a house on fire. But as it stands right now, we might end up with just one South American team in the last 8.
Yeah, exactly.
Only one.
Palmeiras, because they play themselves.
Because they
Yes.
played themselves, of course.
So it shows with all our noise that football has left Europe, football is in South America.
Football is still in. No. When I say the proper European
But at the
team,
end, I think we should just put the headline this way, you know.
when I see the proper
I'm
European
trying to
team,
give the right headline to this PSG and Inter Miami game. And I sat down. I wanted to write and say too good. No, I just felt and say, come on, the golfing quality
obviously.
too obviously.
A front line of combined age of almost 70. What do you expect?
When your best player,
Suarez and Messi.
when your best
What do you
midfielder is
expect?
Sergio Busquets, whose waist has been disjointed. He tried to turn and he lost the ball.
I'm
age.
see, I'm not even, you guys are even looking at teams from from CONCACAF, right? I'm looking at teams from CONCACAF completely. My common ball because I gave a very good this thing. But you know what? We're so carried away the way with the Brazilian teams that we're not talking about the Argentine
No, they were
teams.
terrible.
They were
But
terrible.
that was
None of
terrible
them
too.
made it beyond the group
Yes.
stage. I think they were.
I don't
The
think
River Plate was really bad.
It's
For a team with so much
Let's
culture
be honest.
and so much-
Let's be
and so
honest.
much
It's
tradition.
a reflection of Argentine club football.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Just
It's
like
a
Africa.
reflection
Yeah.
of Argentine club football.
Yeah, not
Because
so
let's be
special about-
realistic
Look at
with
Boca
ourselves.
Juniors.
What's
Boca
special about
Juniors.
them? Boca Juniors, River Plate, years upon years, have faltered. When last
When last
did
Libertadores?
a Argentine club qualify for the Club World Cup
Final.
itself. Before it was
When
expanded.
last they win the Copa
No,
Libertadores?
I'm going to when last they
That's win- that
qualified.
must
Before
win
it
it,
was
must win it
expanded,
now.
it was always the
Must win it
Brazilian
now.
sides that were always coming. It just tells you the level and which they are. But let's go to Bayern Munich. Vincent Company is doing a great job.
Beginning to get it right sincerely
I
speaking.
think like
You get it
I
right.
saw an interview he had with one of the Nigerian journalists there.
Looking so yuppie yesterday.
When he said that about the Club World Cup, and he said he hopes, even if he's not in Bayern in the next 4 years, he hopes he continues to be at this competition because he loves it. And I think one thing I've seen in the Bayern team is that he's been able to understand the strength of his players and is now using it to his advantage. Because at some point when it was 3-2, you could see Flamengo were the ascendancy. They were pressing.
They were pushing.
But they didn't
They were huffing and
lose their
puffing.
guard on. And the moment Harry Kane made it 4-2, it was game over.
And I think you have to give kudos to the traditional Bayern Munich player. When I mean traditional, guys like Joshua Kimmich,
yes.
the guys like the Goretzka, you understand?
Leon
The
Goretzka.
the
And
traditional.
including Manuel Neuer.
Yeah,
Because,
Manuel Neuer, yeah.
Of course.
No,
you
that's
must-
safe.
You must give it
That's
to Manuel
safe
Neuer. You
from
must give
Gerson,
it to
right?
him.
The same Gerson that scored that goal.
You must
That's
give
safe
it
from
to
I think
Gerson.
Neuer should write a book. How to save your team in
Now,
distress. But that guy makes some kind of saves.
I think I'm eating my word right now, right? Last season, I was all out for Vice Company. I was saying he's not good enough. But I think he was trying to.
Has
No,
he
he has.
changed your mind?
No, he has.
Come on.
No,
He
he
has.
has. I saw a
Also-
team playing for Vice. I mean, his team. I didn't. You understand? They are not that dominant.
Oh, thank God.
They are not that dominant. No, they are not as dominant. Of course, now I
They're not
agree.
that
So,
dominant.
but
Do they have?
here
You
is
want
it.
to compare
Here
the
is it,
Bayern
right?
Munich team
they
to
are
what they
not
used to have
easy.
before? In
Funny
players.
enough, no, listen to me. They are not that dominant, but they are not easy to beat.
Yeah,
That's
I
one.
agree- I
They are not
agree.
that dominant, right? But they don't have these shouty players again, like you say. Man, this guy is leaving.
Can this
What's
team
his
win the
name?
Champions League?
Can this team win Champions League? I doubt much.
Okay.
And
I doubt much.
And that's the level they
Now,
want.
guys. Before
Now
we go.
we are saying this is second year, right? This
Yeah.
is second year, right? Look at what he has actually been able to do.
this is
And
first
with-
season.
No,
This
this
is not ended.
this yeah, first season, yeah.
This is as well.
Yeah,
This
this
is
is
as well.
this first season, right? Now, if he has been able to bring in so many other unknown
Players,
guys,
yeah.
so many guys that I never knew. Seen
Young
them playing
players,
yesterday.
yeah.
Young players playing yesterday. I was like, okay, this dude knows what he's doing. He's not as bad as
Even
I was
Ojo
thinking.
too. Had a
The
good time.
boy, is it the boy
yeah,
guy?
boy.
You understand? You know,
Boy, guy Ojo, yeah.
Stanich, this guy.
Some quick young boys.
Some
no?
quick young boys out there. And mind you, the Bayern Munich we've been seeing the Bayern Munich without one of their key player, Musiala.
Musiala,
Who is injured again?
Fitness issues.
Injured again, right?
Injured
Yesterday.
again.
Oh, he got injured
In the
yesterday.
third
Their
game.
third
No, but he played yesterday.
Okay,
He came
come on.
yesterday.
No,
Yeah,
that's
he came
fine.
towards the end of
Fitness
the game.
is- but he
No,
can't
he came in.
keep
Yeah,
his
he
back.
came towards the end of the
Because
game.
he
Yeah,
didn't start.
yeah, he didn't start. He's battling with injury. So if such player does not start, and I mean they give this good account of themselves, come on, give it to them.
Well, let's look at the quarterfinal appearance. Of course, Chelsea now play Palmeiras after beating Benfica.
Yeah.
I'm still not convinced with Maresca's Chelsea.
No, I'm not convinced too.
Um,
Facts. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Is it visible to the blind or to the deaf?
Somehow,
Well written to the wall.
we must also. I don't know how Chelsea are. Of course, you are the money man. Help me understand how Chelsea are able to do all of these transfers. Because for a club, we say there's no money, there's no money in NFFP. The Blues are very close to signing
James
Gittins.
Gittins.
And of
James
course,
Gittins.
João Pedro is
Pedro
expected to be
joined
in the
them
Chelsea squad
for the next game
quarterfinal
of the
match
FIFA
against
Club World
Palmeiras.
Now here is it, right? We said something here. I told about it. I said, look, they've sold
Amortization.
Coke.
They've
I know
sold-
this.
yeah.
This not this. Now to beat Chelsea is the healthiest club. I said
healthiest,
it,
without
healthiest.
further say, yeah.
Followed by Man City, then Arsenal. Then I think mine is fifth. No, followed by Brighton. Chelsea is the healthiest, followed by Brighton.
Because Chelsea is
then Man City.
trading with
Now,
Brighton.
Now here is it, right? I told you here that they even. I mean, there was a meeting among the Premier League team with what Chelsea did. Now I think either Liverpool or West Ham want to do the same that Chelsea did. They want to sell part of their
stadium.
female
To a-
team,
to a-
part of their
to
female
a
team
a company that they own.
to a company that they own. So that's what Chelsea did. So it automatically put them in a very safe place financially. That's why they're spending this much. So at some point, Chelsea were having over 200 million pounds to spend.
And of course,
And
they
that's why
made
they spend
about 45 million from the Club World Cup already.
in all these purchase, in all this buy for me is the Pedro that looks like a decent purchase. for
December,
me.
yeah.
That the part you wonder why they're buying this much. And,
Jamie Gittins.
I saw your tweet quantity over
Quality.
this thing. But
Yeah.
come on, that the part. See, they've been lucky. Against Benfica, I knew Chelsea should be a better team, and they did. But against Palmeiras, let's see what happened, right?
Let's listen to now. Come on Kane Sam. We're not seeing anything that is happening. That is the end of the road for Chelsea.
Well, I wouldn't want
No,
to say that.
Against Palmeiras.
I'm holding forth and I'm going to hold for
Palmeiras.
Palmeiras. Those boys have got grit.
Well,
They've
funny
got.
enough,
They
were not the better side that day.
Against
Botafogo.
We're not doubting who was the
Yeah,
better side,
no,
but come on.
no.
But the
They're the
football
better
worked
side.
hard. They had more of the clear cut chances. That was
Yeah, they
Palmeiras.
do.
They may not be
They do. They
They may not be even heading to that game. They were second fiddle because Botafogo was the team where they gave a chance to qualify.
Yeah.
But The thing is that they will create a lot of chances and they can make the game.
So you think this is the end of the road for Chelsea?
I see they will make the game so excruciating that Chelsea will not want
It's
to
not
play.
going to be easier. It's not going to be.
It's not going to be. They will make it so tiki taka,
Just like
free
what-
flowing. What they did against Botafogo, Chelsea will hate playing this team, and Chelsea does not have a plan B. To be sincere with you, even João Pedro, how long? 3 days training? What can they bring to the table? Let me be sincere.
But they have the lab.
That's the name of a table tennis.
But
player,
come on,
football
4
player.
goals against the Benfica team is not a bad return.
Not
I
a
mean,
bad return.
a
Not a bad
Benfica
return.
team
That was depleted. Red
What?
card. A Benfica team
That
that
was
were
depleted,
tired and jaded were uninterested after the.
So why you just scoring? They were uninterested.
No, after the red card, you could see they were all throwing tantrums. Even before the goal started coming in, you could see them talking to the referee.
So
they
for
lost
you,
focus.
For you, it's the end of the road for Chelsea.
Come on,
Well, I
there's no
wouldn't
way.
say that outright.
I'm saying it here.
It's not outright.
Come
for me.
I'll remind
It's
you
not
again.
outright.
Please,
I'm
keep
not
this
saying
clip-
this thing.
Keep this clip again. I say it. Let me look at the camera clearly. This is the end of the road for Chelsea. They've gone
I'm
as
not
far as
saying
can
that.
take
I'm
them.
not saying that outright.
They're
I'm
not-
not-
they-
the only time I know this is the end of the road for them.
Chelsea
is
is
Bayern
stu-
because they
Chelsea-
can't defeat PSG.
Well,
Chelsea had a beauty face.
let's go to the other quarterfinal game involving 2 European giants.
Yeah.
Of course, European champions
Yeah.
and defending European champions, Paris Saint-Germain up against Vice and Company's Bayern Munich. Now,
That's one
the
game
clash
that
of
that is
two
too easy for me
teams,
to call.
too easy.
Too easy for me to call.
You think it's a straight walk in the park for PSG?
PSG. If they could do what they've done to practically everybody.
You know what PSG have lost the game in this
To
Club
Botafogo.
World Cup?
Of course,
Let's
against the
not forget
Brazilian
Botafogo.
side. Against the Brazilian
A
side.
quality team,
quality
a team
team.
that has the
And
fear
then-
of God in
But
them.
funny enough,
Fantastic squad.
After watching all the Brazilian teams, right?
I think Botafogo
Flamingo
plays.
Was it
Flamingo seems to be the most
was it
entertaining
not
for me.
Flamingo that beat them?
Flamingo is
No, it was
Who beats
Botafogo.
PSG?
Botafogo. Igor Jesus. I can't forget that
Yeah,
guy's
yeah,
name.
Igor
Because-
He's-
and that's why I
he
said
lives- he lives
if you're
rent-free in my head.
Arsenal are looking for a striker,
That's
they've
the
gotten
man.
one.
That's
now.
the man.
No, Arsenal. They
So
are
you better-
coming back to come and get. They're coming back to come and get Sikru and Limi and Memo Stars.
But at the end of the day, man, come on, man. See, audible to the deaf, visible to the blind. Even the
You think it's a straight
even
walk in
the
the park?
angels in the heavenly singing the great songs will be singing PSG. Because come on, man. Bayern Munich, as much as we give company the praise, like I said, not convincing. See, don't be surprised.
Not convincing fact.
Don't
Not
be
convincing.
surprised, though.
That's what I'm
it
saying.
could be
We're beginning to see
it could be a battery. That's what I'm seeing it. Though. Don't be. I said it
Yeah.
sometimes, and Abdul will be like, "That's how it happens." Don't be surprised after what we see. Oh, there's development in this company. I know with 2-3 years time they can Bayern
can
Munich
be-
can become
I'm
that
not saying the
powerhouse.
growth. I'm not saying that they're
there's
there yet.
growth.
I'm saying the
they
growth.
can become what
Better, yeah.
this want them to be. But against PSG, it's just one way traffic. I see it turning
Annihilation.
total
Well-
decimation, destruction.
I don't know why Nonso and Kani Sam thinks it's a walk in the park.
I'm not working right now.
No,
for
it's a
PSG.
walk in the park for
Yeah,
Paris
trust me,
Saint-Germain.
it is what it is.
I'm not saying that PSG are not right now. I think the only team that can
They belong to their
possibly
own
stop
class.
PSG is Manchester City.
Not really.
Not really.
No, to
Only
right?
Botafogo and they're gone. Absolutely.
No. Why I'm saying Manchester City
Yeah.
is because if you look at the way City have also played, I'm not judging based on
City-
past precedents.
City
I'm
are
only
not-
judging
City
based on
are-
the
City
Club
are
World
God
Cup.
in love.
No.
City-
I'm only judging based on the Club World Cup.
City has actually got
Enjoyed the
convinced
love of
me,
the
right?
green, yes.
But look at the
Quality
quality
of
of the
players.
opponent.
No.
I'm not disputing. Like I said,
Yeah,
I'm not
that's what I'm talking
disputing.
about.
I'm only talking about based on the Club World Cup and not on the general. terms.
Juventus,
but I
that
still
are
insist.
struggling.
Well,
You're talking
Juventus
about
is-
Wydad Casablanca.
Who-
You're talking about is it also
Ulsan.
Ulsan.
So what are we talking about
But
here?
of course,
Yeah.
don't write out Vincent Company's Bayern Munich.
No, I'm
For
writing
what
them
it
out
is, of
completely.
course, there's a hurricane in that team. If a Jamal Musiala can be fit enough to start, that boy, I am not disputing. You see, that boy is an absolute brilliant footballer.
No doubt about that. Unfortunately, it's not fit.
Yeah. Like I
And
said,
even if he's fit, he's in a bad side right
remember,
now.
Yeah.
Remember, he's among okay. Of course, no longer the top scorer. I think Angel Di Maria is currently the top scorer.
The top scorer
He's
right
out
now.
with
Angel
4
Di Maria
goals,
is out.
4 goals, 4 penalties.
4 penalties.
And in all of that,
Fantastic penalties.
calm, cool. But don't write out Bayern Munich in the Club World Cup yet. The quarterfinal pairing is already out. Chelsea will take on Palmeiras, and of course, Bayern Munich will take on Paris Saint-Germain in an all-European affair. The Champions League did not serve a fixture like this, but the Club World Cup is serving us a fixture like this.
No,
Don't
it is.
scrap.
Champions League was a fixture
No,
like this.
Bayern PSG, they played last season.
They didn't play.
But
No, I'm talking about the two of
We
them.
saw Bayern Man City. We saw Bayern Arsenal.
No,
We saw
no,
Bayern.
no.
You understand?
Bayern Man City was
Bayern Liverpool.
We saw
you
PSG.
understand? No, I'm
PSG.
talking of these two particular
No,
fixtures.
they-
I know,
only,
sorry,
yeah.
not PSG, not Bayern PSG. You
Yes.
understand?
PSG. So we wait to see what transpired between the two of them. But go ahead, FIFA Club World Cup continues in the round of 16 stage. The likes of Manchester City and
team to
of
beat.
course Real Madrid.
Real Madrid also
are
yeah.
yet to play
They were playing
their
better.
own game. So we wait to see how it happens and all of that. But interesting, who makes it to the semi-final? Will it be Bayern Munich or PSG or Chelsea or Palmeiras? Nonso thinks Chelsea's career has ended here.
Palmeiras is not
And
convincing
they'll
for
go.
me. So
So you are going with
Palmeiras.
PSG or Palmeiras.
Pami boys and
Okay.
PSG.
We'll see how it pans out.
Yeah.
I'll save the clip for you when I'll come and laugh you and mock you. But of course, you might even get it wrong. Football Temple brought to you by Azar Studios.